Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Andrew, Stuttering Tech, and today I'm doing a review on a speaker that I can't even pronounce the name. I've never heard of this brand, but I'm just going to say it the way I see others saying the name, ODIOMX. This is the ODIOMX OD-HT-01 Sound Bar. It's 2.1 channel 3D surround sound with two 3-inch full range speakers, two tweeters, and a 6.5-inch woofer. It has a total max peak output of 120 watts. It features three different equalizer modes: movie, music, and news. There are multiple connection options: Bluetooth, HDMI ARC, optical, coax, and RCA audio. It also comes with a nifty little remote for controlling it while sitting your butt on the couch. So let's go ahead and take a look at the soundbar. So as you can tell, it's pretty big. It has some weight to it, and yeah, it feels well built. It feels premium. Now let's look at the front of this. So you have a little display right here. So this is your little display with the ODIOMX. Again, don't know how to pronounce that brand, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, you can see it right here. These are your woofers and tweeters on each side, and yeah, so there's the tweeter, woofer, tweeter, and we also on the bottom you'll see our 6.5-inch woofer. So that's downward firing, and yes, this is a pretty good sized woofer. Like I said, this thing is a bit heavy, but yeah. So here we have our modes. So this will cycle through your different modes, your different connection mode, whether you're using Bluetooth or you're using HDMI ARC, optical, or even RCA audio. You will use the mode button to switch your connection type. Then we have our EQ button. We have our we have our volume button, and I believe you could also use this for track skipping as well. I haven't actually used these for track skipping. And then we have our power button, and then over here we have a USB port. And I believe I haven't actually used this, but I think you can, if you have music on a actually, I don't actually know. Yeah, you can use this to charge other devices. I think that's the only reason it's there. I don't think it serves any other purpose. Now let's go around to the back and look at the back and the connections here on the back. So on the back here we have our connection panel right here. Here we have our HDMI ARC. We also have our optical, our coax. We have our left and right RCA audio channels. We have a single output. So if you want to output this to other speakers, another set of speaker or anything like that, you have a signal output option. And then we have our DC in, and then we have our power button, and then we have our little exhaust right here, and that's basically it. It weighs about, I say, 10 pounds. But yes, it's a pretty hefty guy, and you're gonna need a nice um, big surface to put this on. If you have like myself, I have a floating TV stand. Yeah, this barely fits on top of it. So I would suggest getting something bigger than mine, but I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to that video showing you this, how it sits on my TV bar, and it being connected. All right, so I have the ODIMX connected to my TV, and there it is on my floating TV stand right there. And I know everything looks kind of crooked, especially the TV looks like it's crooked, but I think my wall mount is actually messed up. It's the wall mount is leveled. When I check the levels, it is leveled, but the TV is not. It's slanted more off to the right over here. So, but just by a little bit, just has to go up a little bit, but there's no way. I think the actual bracket that is holding it up is kind of bent, and that's how it actually came. Since I put it up, I noticed that it was slanted just a bit, so I think I might have to replace it or order another one and put it up. And I don't know why it kind of bent, because it supports TVs that weigh, I would say, 3 times the weight of my TV. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. But here I have the remote that comes with the OD-IMX, and I'm gonna go ahead and just scan through the different modes. So right now I have it in ARC, which in HDMI ARC, which I'll explain in a little bit. So let me go ahead and cycle through the different modes. So I'm not really a big fan of this remote, but here.
Optical mode.
So that was in optical mode. You see that the TV kind of switched, went off a little bit because it was in that arc mode.
Coaxial mode. Aux mode. Bluetooth mode. HDMI mode.
So yeah, so those are all the modes that I just cycled through. I know it says auxiliary mode, but what it's calling auxiliary is I believe is the RCA audio. It calls that auxiliary mode. Then you can cycle through the different EQs.
News.
News, this is number 3.
Music.
Music is 1. And
movies
is number 2. So there's only 3 different modes. As I mentioned before, the movie, music, and news. And so right now I'm watching a video, so I put it on I put it on movies, I believe. Yeah, on movies. Let me double check. Sorry for shaking the camera there.
News, music, movie.
On movie. So here we go.
Thanks, Mark Robo, for sponsoring
So
this
I'm watching a video
Today's
here from
I
Mr.
am
Gooder.
trying out Alabama chicken for the very first.
Yeah, I kind of exited out of there by accident.
Thanks, Mark Robo, for sponsoring this video. In today's video, I am
And I'm about
Alabama
10 to
chicken
12
for
feet
the very
away
first
from the
time.
TV.
If you've never heard of this, you're not alone. This chicken is quite unique because not only do you have to cook the chicken perfectly, you gotta also
And it actually sounds
sauce.
great, to be honest with you guys. And it does sound like it is a little bit it has that 3D sound effect. That 3D surround sound effect, and this soundbar sounds better than what comes with my TV. It's an upgrade. The speakers on my TV, it's actually behind the TV, and so therefore it sounds horrible. And especially my wife and I literally have to turn the volume up to almost 100% because it's super low, especially when you're watching certain things on YouTube or certain TV networks. I notice some networks, their volume is lower than others. We have to turn it up to 100%. And yeah, and especially when the kids are being loud and they having their smart devices and they having that up loud, it's pretty hard to hear what's coming out of the speakers, the built-in speakers of this LG TV. So I would suggest a soundbar is a pretty good option, and this soundbar is just great. Let me go ahead and continue playing a little bit. Oh yeah, this remote. So I mentioned before, there's a little advantage with using the ARC because I hate this little remote that comes with the OD-IMX. You have to directly have this pointed, and so I'm using my TV remote and I'm able to increase and decrease the volume of the ODIMX of the soundbar. So I don't actually need it once I have it plugged, once I have it on and have it set the way I want to. But changing things like modes or EQs, I still need this sucky remote right here. And like I said, I can easily increase or decrease the volume using this, and it shows up on the TV as well. Also, this also works as like an amplifier for my TV. I know this because this remote is going bad, and recently, I'd say in the last 2 months, I noticed that I have to point this remote directly at the TV. Even if I'm right here and have it slanted a little bit, it wouldn't even do anything unless I actually have it pointed. But with the ODIMX, you are using arc, I can point it in any direction and it'll still work. It'll still increase or decrease the volume because it's kind of working as like I guess all the signals going through the ODIMX before it gets to the TV. But yeah, it works out pretty great for us here. And I'm gonna go ahead and play some music. So I found some non-copyright music, which I'm gonna play here. And again, I'm about 10 to 12 feet away from the TV, and it's still on that movie mode, which I'm gonna let play out for a little bit.
News.
I don't know how well you guys can hear the difference in the audio, but that bass, once I switch from movie, that bass just dropped out. So it's supposed to elevate the audio, the vocals. Now I'm going to switch over to music.
Music.
Yeah, with music you get more full. You get that full everything. You hear the bass, you hear the mids, and that tweeter is working really great. Yeah, this thing just sounds amazing. Especially when I'm cleaning. When I'm cleaning, I usually use the Soundbar to just blast my music. All right, guys, so there you have it. That is the ODIMX OD-HT-01 Surround Sound Bar. And yes, I highly recommend picking one of these up. It sounds amazing and it is budget friendly. It comes in at just $160, and that's actually a sale price. It's the list price is actually $189.99, but right now, check the link down. It'll be down in the description. But right now, it's 60% off at $160, and then you get an additional $30 off coupon. So that's $130, and I actually picked this up for a little bit cheaper. It was on a sale on a bigger sale when I actually when I actually purchased it. It was actually $100. So it was $130 with $30 off. So I actually got this at a steal. And yeah, it sounds very great. So again, I highly recommend it. Don't forget to check out the link in the description. I'm Andrew, your stuttering tech. Until next time,